Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. Coming up this week, we're going to talk about food. A lot about food. There's just a lot of food stories. Got a couple other things to talk about as well, but all that is coming up next. From the Bob Varley Studio in Orlando, Florida, and points around Southern California, this is the Disneyland edition of the DIS Unplugged. This is the Disneyland edition of the DIS Unplugged, episode number 758 for the week of March 4th, 2019. The DIS Unplugged is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel, experts at helping you plan the perfect Disney vacation. Visit them on the web at www.dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show, coming to you from the Bob Varley Studio here in Orlando, Florida. I'm your host, Pete Werner, joined this week by this wonderful group of people. Ms. Jackie Gailey.
Hi, guys.
Back in the production nook, our associate producer, Mr. Rhino Clavin.
Hello, everyone.
Out in California, the lovely Luella Loriola.
Hi, everyone.
And also out in California, the lovely Mr. Tom Bell.
Hey, everyone. I was going to be disappointed if I didn't get a lovely.
You're always lovely.
You're always lovely, Tom.
Lovely.
So, welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show. Hope your week is off to a good start. Couple things. Actually, there's one thing I need to mention in housekeeping because I've got to mention this on a few shows this week. If you watch the Disney the Disney World edition of our show, you know that we are partnered with the Timeshare store out here in Orlando. They do Disney Vacation Club resales. And we started doing a Disney Vacation Club show recently, which has gone over very well. We had a lot of plans for that show. But as a result of doing the first episode, they got slammed with requests, okay, which is great. But they have asked me to put a call out on the shows. If you are a DVC member, and you are interested in renting out your DVC points to make some extra money, they would love to hear from you. You can go to dvcstore.com, and there's a form there for it. Or you can send an email to sales@dvcstore.com, and I should have their phone number in front of me, but I don't. It's on their website. Toll-free number. You can call them as well. Also, if you are a DVC member, and you are interested in selling your Disney Vacation Club membership, they want to hear from you as well. All those same places. dvcstore.com. Please go and check them out. So they've asked me this week to make sure I mention that on our shows. So, all right. Other than that, I don't think I have any other housekeeping.
No.
That I can think of. Does anybody? We can get right into this discussion. I want to start with the non-food stuff first. And let's lead off with something I'm very excited about, which is World of Color. Has returned. Tom, you were out there you are out there, but you were there in the park for its return.
It was, as of the release date, it was about a week ago. There was really no official announcement of anything until I think the day of it finally showed up on the app. So I drove down. They had the fast pass machines where they always were, which is around the corner from the Little Mermaid attraction. Got my fast pass maybe an hour into park open, so it wasn't like us getting slammed. The show is the same as it was before. It's the updated classic show with all the favorites, with the update with Pirates of the Caribbean in it. The only thing new is that it's currently only scheduled once per night, which is
really?
Yeah.
I wonder why that is.
Scheduled basically at close every night, either 8:15 if the park closes at 8. Or 10 o'clock if the park closes at 10.
I didn't. Did there used to be two showings a night?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the park closed at 10, it was like 9 and 10:15.
Oh.
So any idea why? I mean, obviously, World of Color was down because there was a massive malfunction when they were redoing switching over to Pixar Pier, and they had a massive. We've talked about that before. Massive malfunction that required them to do, 10 months worth of work to fix it. Do you think that has something to do with it, or is it?
I'm not sure if they think maybe the
Maybe because it's off season.
Yeah, or maybe
that could be it. It's just
popularity
off
isn't
season.
there. I mean, but even going through. Well, I guess we're not.
Maybe
the schedule's not out yet through to spring break, but
maybe because it just started, and if something were to have gone wrong, they only have to disappoint people for one show, and not two shows.
Yeah.
I'm curious. We said there was nothing really new added, but did you notice was it all working, or was there any element where you're like, oh, that they're not doing this?
The only thing I noticed specifically that was different, they used to have the projections on Mickey's face on the fun wheel, and the projection on the spot in the middle of the loop for the coaster, and those weren't there.
Interesting.
So,
It's probably a soft opening, just a work in progress. Because, like I was saying, I didn't even know about it. I mean, there was rumors, but there was no hoopla. World of Colors back. There's no advertisement.
Yeah.
it was so nice that night because there was no dessert party yet. I don't think they booked many of the dining packages, or if any. And so the whole area was you could come in like a half hour early and pick your spot basically.
Really?
About 5 minutes before they let some of the overflow people in, but otherwise I set up my camera and I'm like, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm excited. Our plans have changed. We were planning on going out there in a couple of weeks, but there were some things that came up. So I'm having to rework my dates, but I need to try and get out there. I need to get out there next month. So dying to see World of Color again.
Yeah.
Dying to see. That's my favorite nighttime show.
It's just one of those things that whenever I remember I saw it with you the first time, and I remember you being like, "You're gonna love this show," and I was like, "Whatever, water effect, I don't care." Like I remember thinking like, "Oh, everything else had been so magical," and I was like, people like this weird water show. I don't really get it." And then you see it, and you're just like, "Wow!" And so it's one of those things where every time I go to see it, every time I've seen it after that, I keep thinking like, well, maybe I was just wowed that first time, but then you see it again, and you're just like. It kind of like it catches you a little bit, and I always end up with like goosebumps, by the end of it.
And it's not there. I would call them Disneyland goosebumps that you get from it. It's not the same type of feeling I have after I watch Illuminations or some of the shows out here, which I love. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But like Kathy Whirling is a huge loves Illuminations, right? And When she came out there with us, this is going back a few years, I had said, it's better than Illuminations. And she's like, no. And she was standing next to me while she was watching it for the first time. And, Kathy has a very flat affect. Mm-hmm. She doesn't, really, she's not somebody who's going to wear her heart in her sleeve. So, like, through it, she's watching it. And then when it's done and the lights come up and I look at her, she's got a tear streaming down her face.
Oh.
And she looked at me and she goes, "You were right.
Oh,
you were
isn't that
right."
Cute. See, I've only seen World of Color one time, and it had that effect on me. And
it gets me every time.
I can't imagine when I see it a second time because it's been a few years since I've seen it. And because we always, whenever we went, we were over at Disneyland for the nighttime show there because that was just our favorite. And so I don't know why we didn't head over to World of Color at least more than we did. But yeah, it was really
if you are
amazing.
If you are in Disneyland, especially if you're visiting, if you're not a local, if you're in Disneyland, you have to see World of Color.
You do.
I know some people will disagree with me on this, but if I have to choose between Disneyland Fireworks, Fantasmic, or World of Color, it's tough between Fantasmic and World of Color, but I would probably go with World of Color.
Wow.
And I know I'm alone. That's not the most popular opinion in the room.
No, I'm there too.
Really?
I'm there too. I love World of Color, and I love that it can change. So they'll do a Christmas version. They did a great one for the 60th. And I think they connect the music and the water just so well that I get emotional. And I love Phantasmic. Don't get me wrong. I do. But I don't get the feelies of the crying
Exactly.
like World of Color does to me.
Can I ask you guys a question too while we're on the topic of the nighttime shows? Because neither of you, I don't think were on the show when we were talking about the new one that's at Magic Kingdom, Mickey's Mixed Magic, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Have you both seen that? I'm just curious what your thoughts are, because we're talking about one show versus the other. I understand that it's not on the level of World of Color, but I just would be curious to hear your thoughts on that show too, since that's pretty new.
Yeah, I've seen it. I love it. I think it's more of a dance party type of vibe, and I saw it near Small World because I wanted to see all the effects. If you see it on Main Street, which is great, it surrounds you, but you're constantly turning your head. I just kind of wanted to see it, and it has this lively music, and you can't help but start dancing. You see kids dancing, so I think it's that type of vibe, a real party vibe, and I love the projection, so I enjoy it too. I mean, it's fun. I think it is what it is. Mickey's Mixed Magic. It's dancing and a lot of...
Well, it's more of a projection show than a fireworks show. But when I saw it, I was on the weekend, so they did have the fireworks. And there were actually more fireworks than I thought there were going to be. So,
okay. I look forward to seeing that when we go back out.
Yeah, they said, the show, and on select night, it's enhanced with fireworks. Oh, and so I was expecting, little... Yeah. But there was good-sized fireworks.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, I saw it on a Monday or on an off day, and there was no fireworks.
Okay, there you go.
All right. So the other thing I just wanted to mention, because I thought it was kind of cool, Forbes Travel Guide has bestowed its star rating, its highest star rating on the Grand Californian, and they are the only hotel in Anaheim to earn this distinction. Their inspectors apparently go in anonymously, and they have up to 900 items on a checklist.
Wow.
That's
that
bigger than
they
your
check.
checklist, Pete.
What's that?
That's bigger than your checklist.
Not by much. Not by much. And Forbes went out of their way to mention the restaurants, the pools, the spa. Spa's decent. And the concierge service. Now that alone should give this the concierge service 5 stars. Unbelievable. Restaurants, Napa Rose, certainly. Storytellers, hit or miss. I've had some good meals in there. I've had some bad meals. I do like whitewater snacks. I mean, for quick service. The pools, I got to be honest with you. There's nothing special to me about that pool. Nothing.
Agreed.
It's under construction every single time.
It's always under construction, first of all. Yeah. But, I don't know. From my standpoint, and again, this may be part of the, being a Walt Disney World guy, hotel pool, you're going to be stacked up against Stormalong Bay at Yacht and Beach Club.
Yeah.
And so if you're going to talk about great pools, well, that's the platinum standard. And I think it's nicer than, the Grand's pool is nicer than about 90% of the pools at hotels, but I don't think it's anything special.
Yeah.
I don't think it's anything special. But congratulations to the Grands. All right, so that's the non-food stuff. Let's talk about some of the food stuff. Now, I'm flipping around Facebook the other day, and I come across a picture of a new burger over at Smoke Jumpers in California Adventure, the Mickey Burger. And I said to the guys, the team out there, said, if anybody's seen this or done this, grab me a picture and tell me about it. So Luella, you took up the call, and you trudged that long 5 seconds that it takes you to get to Disneyland.
To eat. Oh, that hard trek to go eat. Yeah.
So tell me about this Mickey Burger.
So this is at Smoke Jumpers in DCA, and it's a part of their Share Your Ears type of celebration. I think different restaurants have different items to celebrate Mickey. And I saw this a while back because we eat at Smoke Jumpers a lot, me and my son. He likes the chicken tenders there. And they have mobile ordering, which I absolutely love. It's a lifesaver. So I saw it there, but I didn't see everyone ordering it. One guy ordered it, but basically it's like a 3rd-pound Angus cheeseburger and then stacked with 2 sliders. And they use, those barbecue sticks. Voila, Mickey Mouse.
Okay, and I realized that completely, that this is, they're basically it's a burger and 2 sliders.
Yes.
But there was something about the presentation of it that just captivated me.
Yeah, and so it's a cheeseburger, and how Smoke Jumpers works is there's none of the lettuce and tomatoes and the ketchup on it because all of the fillings are on the side at the bar, so you make it yourself. So it's literally just meat and cheese. And bread with 2 little sliders. And so the picture looks much more fuller than what I received. I mean, I think I sent you a picture of my burger, and I was like, oh, I could do this at home. But it's very cute. And they also have a confetti cake shake that it's part of the celebration. And you can get this my handy-dandy Mickey birthday sipper there as well. You can order that all on mobile order. So the burger comes out to about $15, which actually is not too bad.
Not for Disney.
Think one person, I couldn't alone finish that, but me and my 2 kids, it's perfect. It doesn't come with any fries, but if you ordered the regular burger with fries, it costs about the same, maybe about $13.99. So you can get fries on the side if you'd like. But yeah, it's super cute, very clever way to make it Mickey, and not too bad price. And I had an annual pass discount, so it came down to $12.50.
And was the burger any good?
I personally think if you've had In-N-Out, it's like it's an okay burger. But then you add all the fixings, it's fine. I mean, you're not going to compare it to In-N-Out.
It just seems like exceedingly American to be like, we've got it, a cheeseburger on a cheeseburger on a cheeseburger. Boom.
Right. Yeah.
America.
America. Yeah, really.
But it's just a plain burger. I mean, they have other things there, like a bacon cheeseburger. They have so many different burgers with all these different flavors that I think people are ordering that instead, like a bacon cheeseburger or a spicy buffalo wing chicken sandwich. So I think it just tastes okay. But if you add the ketchup and it doesn't taste bad, but it's not,
Don't go out of your way.
Great. Yeah.
It's not knocking your socks off.
We're always at Smoke Jumpers, so I thought it was super cute.
Okay. All right. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is at the point when this goes up, we pre-record this, obviously. When this goes up will be the first or second day of the California Food and Wine Festival. And Tom, I pulled up the wrong article here.
Oh yeah.
Can you talk to what some of the preview items that you've seen, or what some of the things you think are interesting?
When I was there on Friday, they had some of the booths out with the menu, so I was able to see some of the items there. The full menus haven't been released yet, but some of the returning ones, the berry patches. Oh, the strawberry patch is now the berry patch. The Frushi is back. Several of the booths this year are sponsored by Blue Diamond Almonds. For Walt Disney World listeners and viewers, one of the booths this year, the vegetable booth is called Veggie Fruit.
What?
Say that really fast 5 times.
Say it again. What the hell are you talking about?
That's a Epcot reference, no?
Is it? You know who would know this? Craig. But he went and took a vacation.
Yeah, that's why. Thanks for reminding me of that. That's the reason Craig's not here. We actually let him off his leash to go have a vacation. Yeah. But so what? Now, what are you talking about, Tom?
The name of the booth is Veggie Fruit.
Okay.
Which is a reference to Kitchen Cabaret at Epcot.
Okay.
I thought that was the nickname your wife called you all the time.
Sometimes. No, I lost my. No, I lost
Rhino
my-
made
I knew
funny.
there was going to be. I knew he was going. The head was going somewhere.
But yeah, all the booths are themed to different items. There's an artichoke booth. There's a garlic booth. There's
Ooh.
a corn off the cob booth. A corn. There's the peppers caliente, which is spicy stuff. This year the avocado booth, instead of the regular slider with guacamole on it, it's a Impossible Burger, which is the veggie burger.
I love Impossible Burgers.
The guacamole and the pepper jack cheese on it. The Citrus Grove has their roast pork with the barbecue sauce and lemon pepper slaw. The fried artichokes are back at I Heart Artichokes. Garlic Kiss booth has their pork belly banh mi
Banh
and
mi,
creamy
that's
mac
good.
and cheese with garlic breadcrumbs. One of the
Wow.
We have got to go before it's over. That's what we've got to
and
do.
of course we have the cheddar lager soup. I'm sure doesn't compare to the one at Epcot, but and that's about
might.
cheese. So it's a Fiscalini white cheddar lager soup served in the mini bread bowl.
How long is this running, Tom? How long is the Food and Wine
8
Festival?
weeks.
8 weeks, and it's but it's not every day, right? It's on the weekends.
It is every day.
Oh, it is every day.
March 1st through April 23rd, every day.
Oh,
Good long time.
Yeah. It's also something to note too. It is the difference between Food and Wine at like California Adventure versus the Food and Wine in Epcot is that it's all like California inspired foods and from the regions, right? Am I correct? Yeah.
Yes, I think every booth, all those items are grown in California because you can read the history of how many avocados are from California
And-
that are, brought to other states.
and also it's been a few years since I've done the Food and Wine Festival out there, so you guys can correct me on this. Our Food and Wine Festival here, routinely is so crowded. The lines are so long. It's really, really, it can become unpleasant. What I always liked about it out there is not that it wasn't crowded per se, but I don't know why it just didn't seem like it was as,
Yeah.
I don't know, it seemed more natural, or it flowed easier. The
Like
flow
the way
was,
the park is built.
or it's just the way they set it up.
handles it,
Am I right here, guys, or is it like insane for you?
It depends on like 5 o'clock on a Friday or 5:30 on a Friday. I'm sure it's going to be insane. But
Right, yeah, but no, I was always like walking around. We were always walking around at like noon on a
Yeah.
Wednesday, and
so normally at our booths, and I think probably similar to Epcot, you go to the cashier, you order your food, and then you go take your receipt to a window and get your food. Something they did at Lunar New Year that I'm curious to see if they do this at Food and Wine is you could go to any cashier and say, okay, I want this from your booth. I want this other thing from the booth over there.
Oh, wow.
That's a good
And you
idea.
could order like a bunch of different things from different booths, and then
Just bring
you
the
have your
receipt?
stack of
Yeah.
receipts and go straight to the windows.
that's a genius
Oh my
idea.
gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
So I'm
genius
curious
idea.
to see if they do that for it. I mean, it might be harder to do when you're talking 12, 13 booths versus 4 booths, but could be something.
One of the things you guys do for your Food and Wine too that I really like is that it's not, the celebration isn't contained to the booths. Is that they'll have special featured food items in like the
Yeah.
Pacific Wharf area, and then at like the restaurants, and I think that's really cool too because it kind of spreads it out a little bit more. So you can keep coming back. That's why I think it's crazy. Yours is only 8 weeks because I feel like there's a lot of stuff. You just named so many booths that I already want to try, and then that's not even including the sit down stuff that in the restaurants and everything.
Right.
So
Yeah, they do it a little. They do it a little different
Yeah.
than we do. In addition to the booths, they do have specialty items in other places.
Yeah.
The whole park
Yeah.
kind of
Usually-
participates.
Yeah.
Usually Paradise Garden Grill has a separate special menu.
yeah,
You were talking about being open every day. The booths are open every day, but not like the seminars. So that the wine tastings or the beer
Right.
tastings or things like that. Those are just on the weekends. Last year they tried doing it every day, and apparently it didn't sell. So they're backing off to just weekends this year.
Well, and if you've done the Food and Wine Festival in Epcot, this is just a very different experience. It's a whole different, everything about it's different. Like they have that name, Food and Wine. So I think it's easy for people to say, well, I do Food and Wine in Orlando.
Yeah.
And this is true of everything in Disneyland, isn't it? That, I do Orlando. I don't need to go out there. No. It's different.
So different.
Whole different experience. And especially if you're that, Food and Wine junkie, you go every year. You got to do it. Good opportunity to try, just shake it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And honestly, while I enjoyed this year's Food and Wine Festival here, I thought a lot of the dishes I had were very, very good. I am never disappointed and never cease to be amazed at the quality and ingenuity of the dishes they put on out in California.
Yeah.
Nice.
For these events.
I mean, we say it on the show all the time. We always talk about, one of the best things about Disneyland is how, not only how good is the food, but how creative they can get with their food and stuff. And this is, a festival devoted to that. So it's it's like a twofold where, you're just going to get like a ton of this like delicious stuff, and I can feel my stomach.
I know. It's like I probably should have eaten before we sat down and do this.
Food is so different, though, on the West Coast. Food in general is so different.
It is.
I mean, we're from Seattle, where food is amazing. Anywhere you go, really, except for like chain restaurants are the same pretty much everywhere. But like food is just so amazing on the West Coast, and so it's really cool that the food at that festival is so awesome because they're getting it all right there local. It's so good.
Well, I mean, just in general, we've said this many, many, many times that food-wise, especially when you're talking about counter service, Disneyland wins. They just win.
Yeah.
And that wasn't always the case. I can go back 7 or 8 years.
Yeah.
And I was saying, quick service is not good out there. That's no longer the case, boy. It is. And it's been a few months since I've been out there now, and I got the itch.
It's like I'm getting the drool in my mouth.
I gotta go. I gotta get out. So I'm like sitting here saying, all right, where am I going to work this into the schedule right now?
Well, what's crazy too is how we're people that go quite often. The last time I was there was like the first weekend of December, and I already think there is already almost an entire page of checklist things that I can go do now that weren't there when I was there already. Whether that's just food or these other offerings like Philhar Magic, like World of Color, and and that Mickey Mix Magic, but then this food stuff. And so I'm just like, it's amazing that we were just there and there's already a whole nother page.
This is, and also one of the problems from last year for me is I was out there 5 or 6 times last year. Now it's becoming withdrawal. It's been 4 months since I've been.
Oh gosh,
it's been 4 months since I've been, and I am.
Does that mean Alani is the Disney rehab facility?
Yeah, I'll go with that. I will gladly go back into rehab. But very excited. So, Tom, are you checking out the festival?
Yes, I will have been there.
I will have been.
Oh yeah.
We love the festival. My son's a foodie, and I remember there was a D23 where they had a presentation with 3 chefs from Disneyland Resort, and I had to see that, and they were talking about how they just love to experiment and let it go out to the public and see what they think, and they're always changing, always trying different flavors. And I think what's great about the Food and Wine is this is a lot of times they're testing things out to see if they'll bring it out into the mainstream. So
that's smart.
Yeah,
that's a smart way to do it.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you go at the start of the Food and Wine and go to the end, you might see little tweaks. I mean, I've seen like maybe they didn't put as much, or they made a certain sauce a little bit different, just a little bit. But it's always a great time. And sometimes you have these favorites, and then you like the changes, but then you go back next year and they didn't bring it back because they're doing something new, which is great. But it's like, I
wanted that one.
But I'd rather have all the new, fresh ideas. It's great.
All right. So while we are talking about great quick service, one of my favorite places to grab quick service over at the Disneyland Hotel, Tangaroa Terrace. And as we mentioned recently, they've gone through some changes They've gone through puberty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking.
They do.
And
They turned
Tom,
21.
Tom, who
They
has
turned 21.
Tom, who has yet to go through puberty, had a chance to go over and check out breakfast. Actually, he did breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
He just didn't leave. They were like, "Sir, please get out."
I have eaten so much food at Tangaroa Terrace the last couple weeks. It's crazy. I did breakfast one day and then came back the next week and did lunch and dinner. So the menu, I tried to keep myself eating the new things, the signature items, the thing, because I knew I couldn't eat like everything on the menu. So breakfast, they have the breakfast platter. So I didn't try the breakfast platter because it's just eggs and hash browns and bacon. They have a breakfast sandwich that I may try next time. It's on a just like a regular bun, but it has the fried egg and pulled pork on it. They also have an acai, is that how you pronounce it?
I think
Chia
so.
breakfast bowl, and I
Ooh.
didn't try that.
Oh, jeez.
But what I did try was the Tangaroa toast, which I will describe soon,
Slowly.
and the pineapple upside down pancakes.
Oh.
Pineapple upside down pancakes. It was 3 pancakes embedded with a ring of pineapple, served with bacon and island fruit. The bacon.
That's what they call Tom when he's in Hawaii.
Veggie, fruit.
Veggie, island fruit.
I'm just going to keep talking. The bacon was okay.
Let us make fun of you while you talk.
It was better than like buffet bacon. It wasn't like the thin buffet bacon. It was the thick bacon that they're serving now at the restaurants. The fruit was it wasn't like really islandy. It was melon, pineapple, and
It's always melon.
grapes.
What's islandy?
Well, there was no
Pineapple.
mango or
Okay.
papaya.
I never know either. I always think that's hilarious because you're like, what island are you referring to? Like,
Exactly.
Philippines? Okay. No, it's
Catalina Island, apparently. And then the pancakes. I am not one that enjoys like pineapple pizza where you have the hot pineapple.
yeah, because it's
or,
disgusting.
Exactly. So the pineapple. Sorry, I just bumped my microphone. The pineapple upside down pancakes were not in my wheelhouse. I didn't really enjoy them. Part of my problem with it was, they grilled it. They cooked the pancakes with the pineapple in them,
Oh, interesting.
okay.
so it wasn't crispy like normal pancakes.
Yeah, I can make them. Well, you see, I kind of like I like them a little doughy and soft. So
Yeah, so you might have loved them.
that's why I love rhinos so much.
It just wasn't for me. Now this Tangaroa toast, which
Oh
I
my
wouldn't share
goodness.
with Jackie, even though she asked me to.
He was trying to kill me. I should have reported you for trying to kill me with that picture that you sent me. This stuff,
So
you guys.
this is okay. So this comes with the bacon and the island fruit, but you don't need it. It is probably a 3x3 square of bread, 2 inches high. And it's really light. It's almost got a croissant texture to it. It's really, really light. But they cut the bread, and then it's not like French toast. It's not breaded. They almost put it in the oven and bake it and crisp it around the sides like almost a crouton texture to make it so it's like toast,
Yeah.
not French toast. And then they top it with bananas Foster
Oh my
and
goodness.
homemade whipped cream, not too sweet, and just a sprinkling of toasted coconut.
It looked amazing.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
Okay, so that's an
I-
Asian thing. That's called brick toast.
Oh.
Yeah.
like at a lot of Asian restaurants,
and I
yeah.
don't know brick toast because that's
Yeah.
what's in the description is brick toast.
Yes, because it's like a brick.
How does it compare? I mean,
I haven't had that yet, but the way that you described it, it's good. It's
Okay.
good. Yeah.
And what was the price point, Tom?
both of those were $10.
I thought the toast would have been more.
Each of those were $10. Yeah.
That's reasonable.
Yeah, that's not
And
bad.
again, we're
exactly,
talking
for
about
breakfast.
quick service breakfast,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah, I mean, you can't beat that, really.
we usually say, at least out here, tell people quick service, breakfast, and lunch. Expect to spend between 15 and 20, and quick service meal or dinner. Expect between 20 and 25, depending on what you're ordering.
So
Yeah.
the items I mentioned, the breakfast sandwich is $13, the breakfast platters 10, the chia bowls 8. So
that
really
chia bowl.
not bad at all.
Yeah, because then you can get a cup of
breakfast.
coffee with it, and you're still under $15.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now, what about doing like lunch and dinner stuff?
Yeah, so I tried lunch and dinner. For lunch, I got the.
Okay, hold on just a second. And I blame the California people for the fact that I am sitting here right now trying to pay attention to what you're saying while I'm looking for availability out there. Okay?
that's funny.
I blame the California people.
Yep, it's their fault.
Trying to look for availability and see like what can I move and what can I switch and what can I change. So, but go ahead, Tom, by all means.
All right,
Continue.
So the poo-poo platter's back with the long beans and the
So good.
chicken wings. The Hawaiian
that
cheeseburger's
a
back.
gong?
So I didn't try those. Those are repeats. But for lunch, I got the fried spam musubi.
Oh, I love spam musubi.
See, and I've never had it. I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, it's the spam always throws people off.
Yeah, it just and I'm not. I don't,
Okay, am I the
have
only
no
one?
sushi.
I like spam.
No. Okay, so Eli, when introduced me to this, and I was like, no, spam, no, and he's like, no. Here's what you do: you cut it thin, you fry it on, you use a pan and fry it, and then it gets wrapped in rice with like seaweed around it, and I'm like, oh, it's so good, so
It's
good.
so good.
I've never
I make
had
a
it.
great spam musubi.
Okay, Luella, I'm coming to your house
We're
next
coming
time.
to her house. Yeah.
You probably would have loved this. It was okay. I didn't dislike it. It
Yeah,
just wasn't
just not for you.
something for me.
It's a different taste.
Yeah, and it's $11.
Wait a minute.
That's expensive.
Yeah, how much? Wait, how was it presented? Was it just one spam musubi, or was it multiple, or
One, yes.
for
Okay,
$11?
that's-
Yeah, that's pricey.
So basically, the shape of the can. Yeah,
Jeez.
wrapped in rice and seaweed.
Yeah.
Deep fried.
Oh, deep fried. That's deep.
Oh,
With a nice crunch on
But
it.
that's expensive.
Yeah, I saw a picture of this. It's got like the coating on the outside, but spam musubi. The great thing about it is it's only like $2 or $3 usually when you get it.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry, go on.
And then I tried the Kahlua style poutine.
Kahlua.
Oh, Kahlua.
Well, this is Kahlua pork.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
And it's just $12. So this is crinkle fries, which I love. Topped with the Kahlua style pork.
Oh, these people are diabolical.
Yeah. They're trying to kill people.
That
cheese
sounds
curd,
good.
brown gravy, pickled
Okay,
onions, Fresno chilies, which are the red chilies, and cilantro.
You know what? I think I've just figured something out. You're listing off all these new items. The people now in charge of coming up with these are stoners.
You know what?
They're sitting in Burbank somewhere, blowing a bowl,
Yeah.
and say, hey, this will be really good.
You're onto something.
Thank God those days are over for me, because I'd be 700 pounds if I lived out there, and I still did that. I would be living there,
With 2 Kahlua pork sandwiches, one in each hand.
pork sandwiches, and I'd still be hungry when I was done. Go ahead, Tom.
So I loved this. It was the brown gravy, the crispy fries, the pork. The only thing I would have done differently probably is get the chilies on the side, because there were a lot of chilies on there. I'll send you a picture so you can add them right now.
Yeah,
but
please.
Chilies for
was-
flavor or chilies for heat?
They were heat chilies.
They were
were
heat
like
chilies.
red, but not jalapeno, but red chilies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sliced
no,
thin.
I can't.
So I scraped them off, but you still got a little bit of the heat. But you'd probably be good to get those on the side so you can control the heat. Just a great dish, a filling, shareable probably even at $12. Really, really good. Now I came back for dinner. 5 hours later. So I wasn't really, really hungry. So I got a salad. So I tried the Tangaroa salad, which let me read the description off
Okay.
of their menu. Sautéed shrimp, blend of romaine lettuce, radicchio, and arugula
Ooh.
tossed in a tropical vinaigrette.
Ooh.
So what it really was sautéed shrimp, the spring mix you get from the grocery store,
Oh yeah.
tossed in a tropical vinaigrette. And I like my salad to like have some some crunch to it.
Yeah.
And this, it's just no.
It sounds really basic.
This was $13.
Oh.
A small-ish salad. It had probably 8 or 9 shrimp on it. The shrimp were good. They were seasoned nicely. Lots of pepper on them. The shrimp were nice. They were warm off the grill, but not for $13.
Yeah.
I was disappointed in that. And then I tried the signature shipwreck nachos. What do you think of when you think of nachos?
You?
Cheese.
You.
There's no cheese on the shipwreck nachos.
No cheese.
What?
They can't call it that then.
What you talking about? No cheese.
This is the Kahlua style pulled pork, pineapple salsa, hoisin sauce,
Oh.
Tagarashi aioli, and barbecue sauce on top of chips.
Huh. All right.
Okay,
Well,
wait. Run that by me again. What was that?
So you have the chips, the pulled pork, pineapple salsa, hoisin sauce, Tagarashi aioli, and barbecue sauce.
Are they normal chips, like corn chips?
Yes, like tortilla chips.
Okay,
Like
so because I have had like nachos that were like like ahi tuna nachos, and they used different type of a chip for it because it was this that sort of thing, and so like they were like rice chips or something like that, and it had no cheese involved in it. This when you have Kahlua, when you have pork, sorry, that's weird. I don't know. Interesting. Did you hate them?
Yeah. How were they?
They were so cloyingly sweet.
Yeah.
From the barbecue sauce and the pineapple.
I don't
It
mind
needed
that.
Something else.
know, me
I don't
either.
mind that.
I would think the hoisin would be a little salty. Would make them a little.
I didn't see it. It was there was so much barbecue sauce on it and the pineapple salsa. It was I couldn't eat. I ate some of it. There wasn't a lot of pork on it. It was drenched in the barbecue sauce.
So what you're saying is this dish was a shipwreck?
Yeah, and it was $14.
That was terrible.
I mean, if you're trying to stay away from dairy, a lot of people have have stomach problems and whatever.
Drown yourself in barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Why not?
This one does.
I mean, there's some. I mean, it could be a worse way to go.
I didn't enjoy it.
That's too bad.
I didn't enjoy it.
So
Stick with the poo-poo platter. Get your long beans. Get your chicken wings. Try that new the Kahlua style poutine. That's awesome. Get the burger if you like the pineapple on the pineapple burger. But stay away from some of the other new stuff.
well, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, interesting stuff.
I'm intrigued. There's all this food. There's always food stuff happening out there, and they're so. I do see Walt Disney World starting to up their game, a little bit, and doing more of these specialty dishes and these fun dishes that Disneyland is so famous for at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think they're getting the message, and I think I found dates in a hotel.
Fun.
Boy.
And just like that,
Yep.
Yep.
cut to us being so full we get the heavy meat sweats as we leave. Oh, Craig's
Yeah,
meat sweats.
I
can't wait.
gotta wait till we're done. I gotta look at a couple things on my calendar, but I think I might have a solution. It's just been with being sick for 3 weeks, basically. Everything got upended.
Yeah.
So there's all this stuff that I wasn't able to do that I have to do now.
And you're like, oh wow.
And so it was kind of crazy. It was kind of crazy.
One other thing I should mention about Tangaroa Terrace, and going back to some of what Luella was saying, both Tangaroa Terrace and Whitewater Snacks now have mobile order, so you can order on your phone before you even get to the restaurant.
That's nice.
And
Because if you're staying in the hotel, you can just order from your room, walk down, grab it, and go back up. Yeah.
Exactly.
I love that.
The new window outside is awesome. There's another place now to get the coffee drinks, espresso and cappuccino and stuff like that. Coffee house across the pool used to be really, really busy, so you can get the coffee drinks there now at Tangaroa Terrace without even having to wait in the line inside. That's also the one you can get the Dole Whip and Dole Whip floats and spiked Dole Whips and all of that.
Some exciting stuff. Some exciting stuff. So, all right. Well, thank you, Tom. Thank you for that. Thank you, Luella, for joining us. Thank you, Jackie, for being here. Thank you, Rhino, for
I don't know.
whatever. And thank you. Thank you for staying with us. We hope you enjoyed it. That's going to do it for our show. We'll be back with you again next week with another episode of the Disneyland edition of the DIS Unplugged. Have a great weekend.